You might be scrolling through the classifieds, scratching your head and wondering when exactly the humble BMW E36 transitioned from a cheap beater you could pick up with pocket change into a genuine collector's item with a price tag to match. It seems like just yesterday you could find a running, driving 325i or 328i for practically nothing, but those days are long gone, and we need to talk about why the market is shifting so aggressively. The first and most obvious culprit is the drift tax. For better or worse, the E36 became the go-to platform for grassroots drifting after the Nissan S-chassis cars became unobtainable. The nearly perfect 50-50 weight distribution, the abundance of manual transmissions, and the robust rear-wheel drive layout made it the ideal candidate for getting sideways. While this cemented the car's legendary status, it also meant that thousands of clean examples were stripped out, welded up, crashed into walls, and driven into the ground. The supply of clean, stock chassis has plummeted. We are now left with a classic supply and demand problem. The survivors, the ones that were kept in garages by careful owners, are now unicorns. Secondly, we have to look at the older sibling, the E30. The E30 market exploded years ago, putting those cars out of reach for the average enthusiast. Naturally, people looked to the next best thing, which was the E36. It offers a similar analog driving experience, but with a bit more refinement, better rust protection, though they still rust, let's be real, and more power from the factory. As people get priced out of the E30 market, the E36 floor raises. It is the ripple effect of classic car appreciation. Then, there is the nostalgia factor. The people who grew up idolizing these cars in the 90s, reading magazines and watching them race in touring car championships, are now in their 30s and 40s. They have disposable income, and they want to buy the car they dreamed of in high school. This demographic shift is powerful. It is the same thing that happened to muscle cars, and now it is happening to 90s German steel. We are also seeing a massive appreciation for the Radwood era cars from the 80s and 90s that represent the peak of analog mechanical engineering before computers took over everything. The E36 sits right in that sweet spot. It has a mechanical throttle cable, hydraulic power steering that communicates with your hands, and an engine you can actually see when you open the hood. It doesn't have electric nannies trying to save you from yourself, and modern drivers are craving that raw connection. The M3 specifically is leading the charge. The US spec M3 was often criticized for having a neutered engine compared to the Euro spec, but time has been kind to it. It is reliable, torquey, and arguably a better street engine for daily driving. As M3 prices climb into the stratosphere, they pull the prices of the 328i and 325i up with them. People realize they can get 80% of the M3 experience for half the price with a well-sorted 328i Sport package, and that drives demand for the non-M models. Another factor is the durability of the drivetrain. The M50 and M52 engines are arguably some of the best engines BMW ever made. They are capable of huge mileage if maintained, which gives buyers confidence. You are not buying a fragile exotic. You are buying a car that can technically do 200,000 miles. However, the interior quality is notoriously bad, door panels falling off, headliners sagging. So finding one with a pristine interior is incredibly rare, adding massive value to the few that exist. If you are looking to buy, you are fighting against collectors, drifters, and track day enthusiasts all at once. The market has realized that the E36 is the last of the old school 3 Series before the E46 introduced more weight and complexity. It is rising in value because it represents an era of driving purity that is legally impossible to manufacture today. If you have one, hold on to it. If you want one, buy the best chassis you can afford immediately, because the train is leaving the station and it is not coming back. We are witnessing the solidification of a modern classic, and the days of cheap entry are officially over.